This is Triggered.
And you will be.
If you're new here, this is not the episode you should start with.
I mean, maybe this is the episode you should start. I'm in my jammies. I'm
Me
laying
too.
on my couch.
My shirt says, Cleveland is magical.
Now, you can clearly see the difference between Chantal and I because my pajamas are pink. And I'm lounging on a Victorian chaise. I'm like,
I love that you are wearing like comfortable, soft pajamas.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is Matt's ex-wife's.
Oh, well,
I found
welcome
it in
to
a
Triggered.
box.
You never know.
I found it in a box somewhere, and I was like, I would like this. This sounds great.
I am dead.
As a preface to this episode, if you haven't been listening, this is our first After Hours with Triggered, and it's listener tales. So
we didn't really have to do
stories.
Shit. You guys literally just sent these in. They're going to be raw, just as they were written.
As they were written.
Not a thing changed. Right? And they're from you. So
I know.
This is very exciting.
We're very excited. And for the two of you that continually tell us that we talk too much, this ain't for you.
The two of you. Get out of here.
It always surprises me. And you guys would be shocked at how, I mean, it doesn't happen to us often, but it always surprises me when someone leaves a comment about your banter. You talk too much.
You sound like you're from the valley. Bitch, we're from the valley. Like, what do you want us to do?
Also, you have a choice. You don't have to listen to this. Or wait, does someone have you locked up and they're just playing Triggered episodes over and over again? Like, is this some kind of torture that you're enduring? Because if so, like, blink twice, let us know.
We'll come for you, even though you're kind of a dick.
We'll come save you, even though you don't like us. But anywho, we're really excited to do this, guys. I know it's not our usual, but we need to shake it up every now and then. And we just thought this would be so much fun. And also, Ash is going away. I'm going away. And we were like, what a better time to do this. So get ready, get cozy, grab a drink. I have a drink. What are you drinking, Ash?
I am drinking red sangria.
Oh, nice. I'm having rum and Diet Coke.
Such a valley girl, little drink.
And we're ready for bed because we're actually going to bed after this.
Guys, I cannot tell you. I love my husband, but he's on nights.
Oh, God, right?
And tonight is my last, normal sleep because then tomorrow night I have to get up at 3 a.m. to commence my road trip to Cleveland. And I don't know. I'm nervous because I am just lacking in hours of rest. Like, I can't continue to live like this. I am going fucking batty over here. I'm hanging on by a thread.
Well, and it's weird too because it upsets our schedule. Because we talk to each other in the morning, saw men around.
And all of a sudden,
and in the morning around. I call and I'm like, we're doing our morning thing. And I hear Mike in the background. I'm like,
I know. Get out.
This is our time. My time.
Yeah. I know. Exactly. Matt was on holidays for a week or something. And I was like, I've about had enough of him.
Yeah. Sir, she didn't like that.
I need my morning coffee and my poop and my, time with my best friend. Okay.
Exactly. All right. Are you ready?
Yes. I have the first tale ready.
Okay. I can't wait.
Guys. Tale number 1 is from a listener named Andrea.
Hi,
And
Andrea.
hi, Andrea. Thank you for submitting this. And
Mhm.
also, Andrea pumped our tires pretty good. I'm like, my head is going to be too big to get out of my office after this. So thank you for that. All right. Hi. I've been listening to you guys ever since your very first episode. And I just want to say, I love your podcast.
We love you.
We love you too. You guys are so funny, but also respectful to victims. I love your banter at the beginning of your episodes. See, everyone likes our banter. Maybe just not those two people that are fucking jerks.
Yeah.
Right? And I can completely relate to your stories and life experiences. And you're Canadian too. Chef kiss, icing on the cake.
Mwah.
I was just listening to They Know Too Much, which was both interesting and terrifying. Haha. I have never written into a podcast before, but I felt compelled to write to you after listening to this episode. First, I'm a mom of 3. My youngest has ADHD and autism. He can be a challenge, but we have the best relationship. I am of his safe space. Oh,
That's so
guys,
sweet.
good mama vibes all around. The way you spoke of autism in your episode was wonderful. It was so respectful, and I just wanted to commend you on that. Not everyone understands it. I am autistic. No, you're an asshole. Made me laugh out loud. Right? Anyway, enough gushing about your amazingness. I mean, listen, I could go on all day about this.
We're listening.
I want to tell you about my son. Oh, I can't wait, guys. He is very intelligent, empathetic, and tuned. In kindergarten, before he was officially diagnosed, however, we kind of knew he was neurodivergent. He was a flight
You know
risk.
what? And you know, right?
You do know.
Yeah, like there's just my child isn't, but there are, I have friends who have from a very young age were like, he's special in a really special way. And you just know.
And even with mine, like I knew one of my children had OCD, clinical OCD, not just like liking things tidy, just it was in a whole different way. And I remember right away being like, okay, this is going to be something we'll have to address, right? So you just know.
Yeah.
So he was a flight risk. He was hyperactive. He could not regulate his emotions, and he would have become overstimulated. All the telltale signs. The school was and is amazing with him and supportive. Thank God. And thank God, you guys. Because
honestly.
That is where they spend most of their time. Right. He had regular time with guidance counselor, and he had a student assistant. I live outside of St. John's in, I guess, rural area, Portal Grove. Think lots of trees and
Portugal.
Portugal.
Oh my God,
Cove.
we're just making up words.
Guys,
we're not even one drink in. Portugal Cove.
I love that you're not even one drink in. I'm definitely a 2 drink in girl. And I lost my prescription eyeglasses, so don't tell my husband. Anyways.
Oh my God.
So Portugal Cove. Think lots of trees and trails. My yard is frequently visited by birds, foxes, hawks, eagles, etc., and is surrounded by trees. His school is also surrounded by trees. It's beautiful here. So, on to the spooky. When he was in kindergarten, he would come home frequently after school talking about his friend Ashley. He would tell me how they liked to play Roblox and hide and seek at school. He would go on and on about Ashley in detail. So, of course, wanting to know about his new friend, I would ask him questions. He told me she was an adult, so I figured it must be a teacher or student assistant. Then he told me he met her in the woods outside the school. They go outside to play in the trails and in the playground with the teacher, of course. Confused, I asked, "You met her in the woods?" And he went on in detail about his friend Ashley, who he met in the woods. I asked him more questions about her, and he finally told me the following. Yeah, but Mummy, it's so sad. She died a long time ago.
No, immediately no.
What the fuck, kid? Are you playing with Casper at school? Trying to be logical, I decided to email his teacher and ask her if someone involved in his care was named Ashley, or maybe a child in his class or in another class was named Ashley that he played with, because he keeps telling me about his friend Ashley. Nope. No one that she knows of by that name involved in his care or even in the school that she knew of. Eventually,
Well,
he
that
stopped.
sorry.
Right. Go.
That in and of itself, the fact that there's not an Ashley at that school is shocking.
Not really, though, because if you think about it, Ashley is becoming an older name.
I was going to say, do you feel like less and less you meet less and less Ashleys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so
I've
too.
never heard of an Ashley in the younger generation.
Yeah, true. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
keep going.
Eventually, he stopped talking about her. And I try and ask him if he remembers her sometimes, and he says he does, but does not really go into detail about who she is. Maybe someday I will get up the nerve to see a psychic and ask them about him.
I'm
Hey,
on this.
I'm on this too. We actually have a psychic that we were thinking of bringing on, so maybe that would be something we could do. Or maybe my son has a guardian angel named Ashley. Another two quick notes. When he was a baby, he would often lie down and look up into the corner of the room, giggling and laughing as if someone was there. There was nothing there. Just empty ceiling. Finally, when he was about 3 or 4, he predicted my death.
What?
What?
No.
We were driving in my car and he said, Mummy, one day you are going to crash into a tree and die, and I'm going to be really mad about it. So thanks, kid.
What?
I now have protection stones in my car because I'm terrified of crashing. LOL. Let's hope that prediction doesn't come true.
Andrea,
you just gave me full body goosebumps.
how do you even continue on a conversation with your kid after they tell you, "Oh, I know how you're going to die and it's going to make me angry." I don't even know what to say.
Well, when I was younger, since we're opening this conversation, I always, when I would be falling asleep, I would hear a lot of chatter.
Yes.
And there was probably about maybe a year, we were living in the back of a house, my mom and I, in
Okay.
it was like a duplex, but we were in the back. And I would hear the chatter. And all the time I would hear, you're going to die early. You're going to die young. And I would hear it, but it would be like a whispery chat. And I would hear it all the time. And then I remember there were girls that lived in the front, and we would have sleepovers and stuff. And I remember sleeping in the one bedroom. I can't remember. I think her name was Ashley too. I think I was in Ashley's room, ironically enough. And there was a figure standing at the end of the bed. And I remember looking, and it was leaning up against the banister. They had an old banister, and it goes, I told you you're going to die young. Gone. I'm like, did I die? Yeah. Weird,
I
eh?
hate that so much. Okay,
Yeah.
so on the same note about kids saying weird shit, my daughter, and guys, I'm dead serious about this, remembers being in my womb.
That's so fucking weird.
So she was she had just turned 3 years old. And we're in the car driving, and she's like, I remember being in your belly. And I'm like, oh, do you? Sure, you know. And she's like, yeah. And she puts her fingers in her ears. Okay. And she's like, it sounded like when I do this, which it would, right?
Yeah.
It would be muffled. So I'm like, oh, okay, like laughing. And she goes, and it was so nice because you always had the orange light on. Guys, look up a picture of what the womb looks like on the
Right,
inside
because it's like blood
when you're
vessels,
pregnant. Yeah, it's like an orange glow.
like a salt
So
lamp.
how did she know that? She was 3.
That's so weird.
Yeah, and she was like, she was like, I remember it, and you would talk to me, and you like, I was like, oh my God. As she grew older, like now, if I ask her about it,
Yeah.
she's like, I don't really remember, which I think is on purpose. They're not supposed to remember after a certain
No.
age.
One thing I want to say is, Andrea, if you're listening, I hope you are because you're the shit.
Mhm.
Something Chantel and I both have really divin dived
Dove into.
dove, guys, dove.
Dove. Oh, Lord.
It's the wine.
The drink is drinking.
We have dove into the telepathy tapes.
Oh my God, guys, please go listen to that podcast.
It will change your life.
Andrea, if you haven't listened to it, especially because you have a child on the spectrum,
Yep.
please go listen to it. It will change your whole world.
Oh,
It changed my
God.
entire perspective
Me too.
of the
Me
world.
too.
Yeah, it's incredible. All right, well, thank you so much, Andrea. We're going to move on to our next tale. This one's from Jen. Jen. I like a
Hi,
good
Jen.
Jen.
You know what? Everyone needs
Every
a Jen.
every Jen I have ever
Mhm.
met has been a good human being.
Yep. Yep.
Honestly.
Yeah, I've never met a shitty Jen.
No, I know.
I've met a
All
lot of
right.
shitty Ashleys, but carry on.
I've met some asshole Chantels. Okay. Just saying. All right. Jen says, I just finished your episode from November 26th and you asked for spooky stories. When I was 19 and living in a triplex house, me, my husband at the time, his cousin, and her boyfriend, who are also our next door neighbors, were all hanging out in our living room. It was night, but not super late, probably about 9 p.m. I can see everyone sitting around the room. No one is unaccounted for, when all of a sudden, a penny rolls into the living room from the kitchen area. No explanation for this. We all saw it. Nope. Absolutely nope.
Okay,
What do you
so
do? What do you do?
listen, I truly think coins are a way from like beyond to show that they're there. Have you ever had something like this happen to you with money? Because I have.
So, really funny story. My grandfather passed away last year.
Yeah.
At the beginning of 2025. And I was at my hairdresser's and I had stepped outside for a smoke while my hair was processing. And on the ground was one of those, do you remember those little, oh my God, what are they called? You would like peel back the paper and it was like a lottery thing. And it was,
Bonanza
is that what it's
tickets.
called? Bonanza
Yeah.
tickets?
Yeah.
Okay. So I found one of those on the ground. I haven't seen one of those since I was like 10.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my God. And I brought it inside and I was like, I can't believe I found this in your driveway. Do you guys play these? Like, do you? And she was like, oh my God, no. Like, I have no idea where that would have come from. And I remember like my grandpa liked to pick those up from time to time. And that was like his
really
little treat. And he would let us like pull them back and we'd be so excited doing it, like expecting to win. And so when I saw that, like I had a moment where I was like, okay, grandpa, like, thank you. Because it was like his way of being like, I'm still here.
Okay, so I had something similar. My grandmother always said, when a loved one visits you, they'll leave a dime. And I think that's like a folklore thing, right? So the day my grandmother died, mind you, she was my best friend. I remember going to sleep that night and I was curled up in a ball and I could not stop crying. And I dreamt of her. And in my dream, she was like rubbing my forehead because she used to do that when I was a baby and like a child, even a teenager. And she's like, "Oh, honey, stop being so silly. Dry your tears." And I woke up and I was like, that felt like I could almost still feel her hand. So I got up and
Aw.
I was peeing and my son
Uh-huh.
came in. He was like 2 and he goes,
Uh-huh.
"Money." And he picked a dime off my shoulder.
What?
It was stuck to my shoulder.
Oh, that's so weird.
And then he's like, "Money," took my 10 cents and took off.
He was like, "This is mine now, lady."
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, Jen says, I also have another one for you, but this one is a spiritual visitation. I think the first one might have been a spiritual visitation as
Yeah.
well. She says, backstory. My mom passed suddenly in December 2021. I'm sorry, Jen.
That's sad.
We always had a tumultuous relationship my whole life. After she died, I learned a bunch of things that she had done behind my back that she knew would cause me extreme emotional pain, which is why she never told me about them while she was alive. So her spirit no doubt knows how pissed I am at her. Girl, that's not easy. I'm sorry.
No. And
It's
it's
hard
okay.
enough.
You know, I'm glad you said that because you know what one thing that I've always said was annoying is like when someone dies, all of a sudden they became this fucking like
Angel
perfect
person. Yeah.
saint and no one can speak ill of the dead. And I'm like, no,
Some of them
you
are
know?
assholes.
And they did asshole things. And that I'm not saying
Yeah.
your mom's an asshole. I'm just saying your mom did some shitty shit and that's okay.
Yeah.
She's still your mama.
Yeah. We all do stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
Over the last few months, when I'm alone in a room, I have felt what I would best explain as loving touches on my shoulders, my leg when I'm laying down, etc. The most recent experience, I was filling a measuring cup in the kitchen when I bent over to check the level in the cup. I physically bumped into something with my butt. In the moment, I turned around because I thought that either my son or my boyfriend had walked into the kitchen without me noticing, and it was one of their bodies that I had bumped into, but no one was there.
Yeah.
My boyfriend was in the basement and my son was in his bedroom. I don't know how to explain how I know it's my mom. I just know it in my spirit, if that makes sense. It does.
It makes sense.
I feel that she is trying to communicate because she wants me to forgive her. I just ignore her when I feel her presence. Over the same time period, I've caught glimpses of shadowy figures moving around the house. My boyfriend has lived in this house for approximately 10 years and has never had a paranormal experience. And up until mom's passing, I hadn't either. And you know what? I got to say something, Jen. Good for you.
Yep.
Because I don't care if you're in this life or if you're in the next life, if you're in a different realm, if you're beyond the veil. If you're not ready to forgive, don't rush that. You take your
No.
time with that. We have this, I don't know if it's society, I don't know if it's religion, I don't know what
It's
has convinced us
society.
that we have to, once someone dies, well, we have to forgive them. You don't have to do shit.
You don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
No, not at all.
And I think this is like just an example of like somebody did, not so nice things when they were alive. And then in their passing, they're trying to apologize, which brings me to my next point. If you are a dick, just apologize while you're alive. So then you're not having to roam around and get butt pushed by your
Yeah. You know what I don't want? I don't want to have to be looking for forgiveness when I cross over. Like,
right?
no. Oh, she says, oh, and I have one more.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite person in the world, my grandfather, passed away in the winter when I was 12. He had several heart attacks since I was born, and the last one was a massive one, and that ultimately caused his passing. I continued to live in the house with my parents until I was 17, and every year during that time, in the winter, around the anniversary of my grandfather's passing, our front doorbell would ring. Now, we never used the front door, only the back door of the house, so the snow at the front of the house was never shoveled. When the doorbell would ring, one of us would go to the door. There were never any footprints in the snow. After the first couple of times this happened, my mom turns to me and says, Opa is just letting us know that he's here with us. It
Opa.
always gave me great comfort knowing that, and truth be told, I felt his presence around me for years after his passing. That's so sweet.
That is actually the sweetest thing ever.
Oh my God, I would so appreciate that. Like just a little ding dong, I'm here.
Okay, so one of us obviously is going to die before the other. I'm assuming it's me because I'm older, but okay. What are you going to do to let me know? We should make a pact now.
Okay. Oh, you're putting me on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a sound for sure.
Okay.
So like your dryer won't be running and all of a sudden it's going to be like do, 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 do. And that'll be me. It'll always be a sound. It'll always be like, I'll find something to fuck with in your house.
I'm going to make Matt's shirts go missing.
I hope he's
so if
listening
you guys
to this right
don't
now.
know,
He's going to be like, you motherfucker.
I have this thing that so Matt buys. So for a while he was buying the Costco brand t-shirts. And then I stole a couple of those because when I go to Telly's, I get cozy, but I don't bring my own stuff.
No, never. Why would we do that?
Right? So I just like steal clothes. Then Matt got into the Amazon Basics t-shirts. Well, I couldn't not take it. So now I have 3. He's like, not the Amazon Basics. And I fucking laughed. And he's like, you fucking let your fucking bitch friend steal my shit. But yes.
He's
Matthew.
like, I'm never getting it back. I'm like, probably not.
And now that I know about it, after death, I will continue to haunt this man for Chantel's sake. Because he fucks with her so much that it's the least I can do. Bring it on, Matcha.
You know what? It's fair. Fair enough. All right, let's get back to Jen's story.
There's more.
She has another. She has one more for us.
Jen, you gem.
I know. I'm so pleased with these. Okay, she says, I was born in the early 80s, and if you recall, the use of seatbelts in cars during our childhoods was recommended but not enforced.
Amen,
so it was
sister.
really more of a suggestion than a law. And yes, I do remember this.
We had a carpet attached to the fucking, like, we had this big boat car, and like my uncle or something had gotten like this retro carpet, and he like glued it to the front. And I remember driving with my mom horrified. It's like the 80s and people yelling, nice carpet. It was like orange and brown swirls.
We had a station wagon with the hard seats in the back that faced the other way with no seatbelts. And we were always like, can we ride in the trunk? And Mom would be like, yeah, get on back there. Don't eat all those snacks. It was a time. It was a time. She says, my whole life, I had only ever used a seatbelt when my family was traveling over the Canada-US border. And my parents made me so we wouldn't get pulled over at the border crossing.
Fair.
My story takes place in 2001, and I'm living in Owen Sound. My mom is living in Kingston. I mentioned before that my mom and I have always had a very tumultuous relationship at best. We had just reconnected in 2001, and we're trying to work through our issues. My mom had made plans to come to Owen Sound for the weekend for a visit. About a week before her visit, I had a dream about us being in a car accident. I woke up with this deep feeling of dread in my gut. I didn't want to tell my mom not to come because I had a dream that sounded ridiculous.
Right.
I thought if I told her, it would just deepen the rift between us. So I kept it to myself. I would probably have done the same thing.
Yeah.
The day my mom arrived, it was hot and muggy, so we decided to take a trip to Sauble Beach for the day. At this point, I had completely forgotten about my dream. When I got in the passenger seat of the car, I put on my seatbelt, and to this day, I can't tell you why I did that. I had never really worn a seatbelt unless someone told me I had to. Mm-hmm. We were about 15 minutes into our trip, and I was reading road signs to make sure we were going in the right direction. My mom and I both looked up to read one of the signs on the side of the road when the van in front of us braked abruptly. We drove into the back of the van at a clocked speed of 100 kilometers per hour.
Whew.
We both looked back down at the road mere seconds before impact, and I threw my arms up to protect my face and brace for impact. My mom was wearing her seatbelt improperly. Instead of the one part that was supposed to cross her chest and over her shoulder, she had it tucked under her arm. Upon impact, my mom lifted off the driver's seat and her head collided with the windshield. Jesus.
What?
After the collision, I inspected myself for injury and found only a small cut on the outside of my wrist. My mom was alive and conscious, but heavily concussed. I got out of the car and we were in front of a campground where onlookers had called 911. I talked to the people in the car to ensure none of them were seriously injured. When I walked past the back window of the van, I caught a glimpse of my reflection, and it appeared that I had a long laceration across my upper chest and lower neck. I touched where the wound was, but there was no blood on my hands, though I could see blood in my reflection. It turned out that the seatbelt had ruptured the blood vessels under my skin, but hadn't broken the top layers of the skin.
What?
God. My mom was babbling incoherently, and we were transported to the nearest hospital. When the doctors assessed me, they told me that with the force of the seatbelt at the time of impact, I should have been paralyzed from the neck down. Investigators said that my mom should have been ejected from the vehicle the way her seatbelt was only across her waist, and it was a miracle we were both alive with non-severe injuries.
What?
When I was done being assessed, I went to my mom's room, which was located directly across the hall from a door that said morgue.
No.
My mom had a baseball-sized bump on her forehead, but the doctors assumed she would make a full recovery. I told my mom I had a dream we were going to be in an accident. She asked me why I didn't tell her before her planned trip to Owen Sound. I said, I thought you would think I was making excuses not to see you, and it would come across that I wasn't wanting to work on our relationship. She replied, no, I would have listened to you and rescheduled the trip. Leading up to the day I was going to leave, I had a bad feeling about coming to see you. If you had told me about your dream, I wouldn't have brushed off my gut feeling like I did. The next time you have a feeling about something, I want you to tell me, even if you think it sounds ridiculous.
Damn.
I've had that feeling of dread a few times before this incident, and on one occasion, listening to it saved my life when I narrowly missed being hit by a train. Now, I never get into a vehicle without instinctively putting on my seatbelt, even if I'm just sitting in my car in a parking lot listening to music. I also never brush off my gut feelings anymore. Jen, you've had a lot of shit happen to you, sweetheart.
Jen's gifted.
I think so. And this is the thing, like, sometimes we know things.
Yeah, 100%.
And
I'm telling you.
And I get it. You don't really want to open up that door because I don't know, like people think you're crazy.
Yep.
People think you're crazy when you're like, no, you can't come because I had a dream that we were going to be in a car accident.
But I mean, at the same time, like, the reason we have intuition, the reason why that is instilled in us is a warning sign for us. We're all born with it. But I think we've been conditioned to not believe our feelings.
Yes. And don't even get me started, because I think everything from our education system right up to you now work your best years away.
Yep.
I think it's conditioning to kill off any kind of gut feelings, any kind of knowing your body, feeling your body.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a big problem. Well, good for you, Jen. Keep listening to that inner voice. You don't want to ignore that. All right, we have one more from Leslie.
Hi, Leslie.
I like the name Leslie.
I do too.
Is it short for something? Or is
No.
Leslie the name?
Leslie's the name. What do you mean? What would that even be? How would you lengthen Leslie? It's a pretty fucking long name.
I don't know. Like Leslie?
It's just Leslie, bro. I think like Les would be like your short form of Leslie. To take it another direction.
It could be Leslin. That's not a name.
That's fucking sounds no. You're not
It's the
adding.
rum. Leave me alone.
You don't add. You shorten.
Yeah, but if her name was Leslin,
Her name's
the
not
shorter
fucking
version would be
Leslin.
Leslie.
No, it wouldn't even be shorter. Leslin. Leslie. No.
Well, fuck.
Wow, the
Look at
rum
me.
is rumming.
Did you see the spinning of my brain?
Yeah.
Where I was like, what could it be? Anyway, it's not anything. Leslie, we love you. Okay.
Hi, Leslie.
This is her story. A gals. I'm a hot dumpster fire of anxiety. Same.
Hello.
And I have never written into anything like this. So hopefully this isn't all over the place and I can stick to the story.
Girl,
but I love you
met?
both. I'm like, sticking to the story is not my thing. But I love you both and your podcast. I'm almost caught up on episodes. I'm so happy, but so sad at the same time. I finally decided to write in a tale from my family of my aunt's haunted doll.
Fucking
We love a haunted doll. Fucking let's go.
Like, if you look, okay, let me just do a little.
Oh boy.
Like, all my shit in this room is haunted. Like, that came from a dead woman. I swear. She probably was removed from the bedroom
house like 5 minutes before you got there to pick it up. Guys, I'm always so concerned. We're going to get back to Leslie's story in a moment, but like, this is you guys, you are getting unfiltered us today.
Yeah.
I'm always up Ashley's ass about cleansing shit she fucking finds on Marketplace that she just brings into her house.
Everything. Like this.
Also,
actually, this was a gift, so that I'm not worried about. It was in
so that's fine.
My boss's family for generations, but like everything else
awful.
in here is just a fucking collection of dead people's shit.
You know what? This just reminded me that I promised our chaos group, our members only crew, that I would give a how to cleanse things that you bring into your home. So let's have a little quick chat before we get into Leslie's story. So you can use sage.
Yep.
If you don't have sage, you can use literally smoke from a candle.
Literally.
You can just
also
be smoke.
Use incense.
You can use salt.
You can use salt.
You just got to cleanse that piece of whatever you just brought into your house. And my practice, my personal practice, is I have a little chit chat with the little spurts that come in. Okay. And it goes like this. Hello. I would say welcome to my home, but you are not welcome in my home. I would like you to vacate this chest of drawers that I have purchased for $20 off of Marketplace that I'm going to redo. Please make your way to the exits at the front and the back of the fucking building. Immediately clear out. You're not welcome here. I don't want you here. You don't belong here. And usually that does the trick.
Well,
so,
you know.
All right. Back to Leslie's aunt's haunted doll.
Let's
Do you say
go.
aunts or aunts?
Aunt.
So because we're Valley girls, grew up saying aunt, but like aunts just sounds so much fancier.
It's so fancy. But see, like mine is like my auntie. It's auntie for me.
Auntie. I know. Okay. So she says, I'm very open to paranormal experiences, even though they scare the shit out of me. Same. But my family and I have always had brushes with paranormal encounters. Like my grandparents lived in a haunted house. So my mom and aunts have all had stories, and all of us grandchildren had different encounters after my grandmother passed away on hospice care in the home. Now, when my mom and her siblings were all teenagers, a neighbor that my aunt was close to passed away. The lady's family came and cleaned out the home and set up an estate sale. My aunt wanted something to remember her by and went over to the home and got a doll. Now, I know nothing about this doll. Our family doesn't talk about it that much. I'm unsure if it was a porcelain doll, if it was a plush doll, an antique doll. I have no idea. My aunt placed the doll in her room. Since the day she had the doll, she had extremely graphic, violent dreams.
Violent.
Gore and blood every night.
Stop.
Come to find out, when this woman died, she had something burst inside of her and she literally bled out of every hole in her body.
That's
Ash your
really...
face.
Here's the thing, guys, and I'm a little morbid.
Mhm.
If I'm
A
going to
little.
go, I'm very morbid. Maybe that's how I want to go, depending on who's going to find me. You know?
Wow.
Like, I know this is going to sound fucked up, but like, for Chantal, like if I knew in advance Telly was going to find me, I'd want it to be the most traumatic experience of her life, because
But the
she'll
thing is,
never forget it.
It wouldn't even be traumatic. I would literally just be like, fuck yes. Let's go.
She went out with a bang.
Oh my God. Okay, she says, my aunt put the doll in her closet and the dreams stopped. Flash forward to my aunt moving into her forever home with my uncle. While moving into the home while the doll was out, my aunt was injured. I don't know the details. I just know she was hurt and there was blood. No thoughts of tying the doll to the injury, just an accident. Doll went into storage. Next time the doll came out, my aunt was rearranging her home. The doll went from her bedroom closet to being in a closet in their laundry room. In the midst of the doll being out, my aunt slipped and her foot went through a register and her leg got caught on metal and tore it up real good.
That doll's gotta fucking go.
Like, seriously. Years later, my cousin was in high school and brought home a high school boyfriend. Spooky stories get brought up, and he wants to see the doll. My aunt does not want to bring the doll out, obviously. She starts preparing dinner, and my cousin and her boyfriend wander off. While my aunt is preparing dinner, she slices her hand extremely badly with a paring knife.
No.
As she's running to the bathroom with her hand wrapped in a towel, she passes her laundry room and sees my cousin's boyfriend standing up on a step stool with this doll out of which she had packaged it in. Do you know how mad I would be?
Like, you motherfucker.
I would be like, it's in there for a reason.
Now look what you did.
Put it back.
Get out of here.
She says, I'm unsure if there's more to this story. I don't know if it's all coincidence. It's not.
It's not coincidence.
But I do know my aunt has since removed it from her home respectfully, wrapped it and buried it on her property, and there have been no issues since. Well done, Auntie.
This one, okay, so while you were telling that, I'm like sitting here looking at all my creepy shit, and I'm like, fucking, like my room is, like I've got bobblehead Chucky just doing this to me with his knife. Like, I liked that. I liked that a lot.
Yeah, me too. It was good. Okay, she has another quick side story. Also, I love these quick side stories. They're fantastic.
Yeah, they are.
My siblings and I are late 80s kids, so naturally we grew up in the woods. I'm a hop, skip, and a jump away from you in the Adirondacks.
That's really nice.
We would pack backpacks and get lost for the day. Ugh, guys, what I wouldn't do to give my children one day of this experience.
I know.
You know? I don't know how our parents allowed this or if they just didn't know what we were up to because the 90s. At one point, my brother and I were exploring and we came across an old, beautiful leather dog collar. We were always bringing home the cool rocks, sticks shaped like guns. Oh my God, I loved the sticks shaped
I
like
loved
guns.
the stick guns. We used to play with them
Oh,
all the time.
okay. I gotta ask everyone this because something came up on my TikTok recently and I was like, oh my God, that's me. And I haven't thought about it ever because I thought it was normal. Did you become like weirdly emotionally attached to inanimate objects?
No.
Okay, let me explain myself.
Actually, okay, wait. Like, does a blankie?
No, that's not really what I'm
No.
talking
Okay,
about.
go ahead.
I'm talking about like I would be out and about doing my shit, like on my parents' farm, and I would see a rock on the ground, and I felt emotionally attached to it. Like I had to. If I called my mom right now and was like, "How much sticks and stones and weird things would you find in my room?" I used to put them in my windowsill. My mom would be like, "Get this stuff out of here." No, and I was like, honestly, emotionally attached to it. It was like a thing. Anyway, it's probably because I'm a witch.
I was
Anyway,
going to say
okay.
that.
So they came across this old, beautiful leather dog collar. We were always bringing home the cool rock sticks shaped like guns, the perfect walking stick, etc.
Mm-hmm.
That night, my extremely tough macho brother woke us up screaming. This is the only time I've ever heard my brother scream. We all rushed into his room and he proceeds to tell us he woke up because something was licking his face. When
Stop.
he opened his eyes, he saw a giant brown dog. He said it seemed friendly and was just sitting there panting with its tongue hanging out, chilling after it woke my brother up. My brother thought he was dreaming and said then the dog licked his hand, and that's when he screamed. He said as the hall lights turned on and we all came running, the dog just disappeared in front of him. The next day, we went back and placed the collar where we had found it, and nothing like that ever happened again.
You know, I have something to say here.
Oh boy.
Because that is not a nightmare to me. That is like a dream come true. A ghost dog. It doesn't
Do you
shit in
know?
your
No.
house.
Mm-mm. Okay, fair. I mean, I can only assume that my ghost dog would not wake me up throwing up at 2 o'clock in the morning, like
Yeah.
my real dog.
Yeah, Chantal and I each got a dud. I love my
Yeah.
dad. He's a great guy and everything,
You know
but
what? I
fuck.
love mine too. And it's so sad because like Matt does not think that I love my dog. But
I
I do.
know.
I do.
You do love him.
I have a real soft spot for him. And of no choice of my own, he is my shadow. Like he literally has to be with me all the time. I'm not gonna show you him because my nothing is done in my office except for what you see behind me. There's no floor. So we'll do that
Oh
for another
yeah,
day.
you still haven't done your floor.
Yeah, but um however, that being said, I don't like dogs licking my face, so I would be very upset
Oh,
if I
I
woke
love
up.
it.
Oh,
That is just my big dog sleeps with his head on my chest and my little dog sleeps in my legs, so I sleep kind of fucked up, but you know what? I wouldn't change it for the world.
absolutely not.
I
Do
wouldn't
you
change
want
it.
me to get started on the bacteria
No, I don't
in the
care.
dog paws?
It's my child. They don't have bacteria. We share bacteria. They're my children.
They're
What do you
not.
mean? I would literally eat
They're
the food out
not.
of my dog's mouth.
Okay, guys, I gotta know. Are you on Team Ashley or Team Chantal? Like, listen, I
Would you
love
share an ice
animals.
cream cone with your dog?
Absolutely fucking not. Are you
See,
well?
I've always done
You
that.
would
Like for me,
share an ice cream?
I have shared multiple ice creams. Like Mike and I, if we have ice cream and he's like eating it out of a tub, he'll like put a scoop on the spoon and he'll like give them licks and then continue eating the ice cream.
I don't know if you're aware of this, so I'm going to make it real crystal clear. You do know that they like lick their asshole clean because there's poop, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're just sharing a poop ice cream cone with your dog.
It's not a poop ice cream cone because they have
It
bacteria that
is.
breaks. It's not. It's love, and I love them, and they will forever be my babies.
It's not.
We're in love, okay?
She's mad. She's mad.
Let's say it about him.
She's like, shut up. Don't say a thing.
Fucking don't say it.
That was our first After Hours episode. I wonder if we'll look back on our After Hours episodes like we do our first episodes
Our
of
baby
Triggered, where we're
episodes.
like,
guys, wait, what number is our episode right now?
so Fridays was 180. This is 181.
181 times we have pulled up. And this is all while there have been moments where we think our lives are falling apart. We have left jobs, returned to jobs.
I know.
Cried, we have not missed an episode.
It's pretty crazy.
It's fucking insane.
You know what? I feel like we should have never come on here and said that we haven't missed an episode because it's going to happen one day.
Someday, guys. And if we do, we're going to be like, listen, we did 372 consecutive episodes. We took one off.
If we do, just know that shit is probably really bad.
Because we didn't miss it through deaths, breakups,
sickness. Oh my God.
The sicknesses.
Guys, we've had episodes where like the morning of where we have to record, one of us is like, hi, my name is Chantel and I'm from Triggered. And like we will tea. Yeah. We will hot water. We will apple cider vinegar until we have some semblance of a voice.
Fucking
like you're fine. You're not sick. Pull it
together. You're
gonna
be just fine. But here we are, friends.
Yeah, here we are.
Well, thank you so much, you guys, for doing this. Please continue to send them. Mm-hmm.
Guys, okay, so for those of you who made it this far in this episode, who want to send in a listener tale, we're going to do one every single month. We already have some for next month. I'm pumped. You can go to our website, triggeredthepodcast.com. You can submit it there. There's a form. You can join our free Discord chat. You can get the link on our website, on our social media, etc., etc. You can submit it there. Or you can always just send us like on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. Yep. Just send it that way. We got a wild one today. And I cannot wait.
So we read. So we're like, oh, let's read this together while we're on FaceTime. And like, we both were like, oh my God.
Our faces like, I can't wait. Actually, we're trying to decide whether or not we're going to do it as an actual like full episode or if we're going to do it as a listener tale. And I can't fully decide.
I think I'm going to take everything we have and I'm going to research and see if we can get a full episode because it
would be amazing. It's pretty incredible. So you know who you are. If you're listening. You do. You know exactly who you are. So guys, thank you so much for listening. I know this was different. If you listened to the end, thank you so much. You know, we pour our heart and soul into this and it can't always be death and murder and morbidity. So
no.
So thank you to each one of you that sent in the listener tales today. We love you.
And thank you for letting me record on my couch.
I know. This was like a special little treat. Are you always going to do After Hours with Triggered on your couch?
100%.
Amazing.
This is
I wish I could
hours?
fit a couch in here.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could fit a couch in here.
My couch is probably one day going to fucking eat me whole because it is from the 1800s.
I know.
And it's probably haunted. And I never cleansed it because...
You like playing with fire.
I like it.
I know. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you all. We love you all. No matter how you support us, we see it and we appreciate it so much. So thank you. And we'll see you all on Friday.
Friday.
Bye bye.